on.
Hey,
Hello.
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 Shall I pretend to do the triangle?
Oh,
Ding,
yes.
ding, ding.
We've hello everyone. Welcome to Sunday night, not Saturday night. We have replaced one Kyle with one George. Welcome, George.
Thank you guys, nice
Hello.
to be here.
So,
Thanks for coming on at short notice.
yes, thank you for answering the call all of half an hour ago when we found out that Kyle wasn't going to make it due to work.
Yeah.
Hey, it happens. But we actually have something to talk about. Yes, we do. A whole ass documentary. Well, a trailer for a documentary. So I guess we should probably start there whilst Ben sets up his joke thing that was going to happen, but was a bit too late to happen.
It's ready.
It's ready.
Yeah, yes,
It's
ready.
ready.
But let's lead.
Oh,
Lead.
okay.
Yeah.
We'll have the longest lead into the joke you've ever seen.
It's really not going to be worth it.
No,
No.
but there you are.
There we go.
So
It's like most of us.
it is like most of our streams, disorganised and not funny.
There we go.
Okay,
That's what we aim to please.
we aim to mildly disappoint.
That should be the tagline.
That's-
Mildly disappointed.
we aim to mildly disappoint. You're not sure why you're disappointed, but you are mildly.
That's the main thing.
That's what we're here for. So let's talk about other. Now I have the trailer on queued up, so we'll play it in a minute. But first, we should preface it by saying that this is about George, which is why he is here, and definitely not because we. I asked him like half an hour ago. It was definitely planned in advance. Definitely. So, as you may have noticed, George is rolling about in his wheelchair. He has. Would you care to explain to the good people of Twitch what it is that you have?
So I have a form of muscular dystrophy, called congenital muscular dystrophy. It means that I've been disabled my whole life. I've always used an electric wheelchair. I need carers to do everything for me. Basically, what it means is that my muscles don't work properly, so I'm weak basically. So so that's that.
And would you care to explain to the good viewers of Twitch what it is that you decided to do last winter?
So last winter, I decided that I was going to apply to be the Labour Party parliamentary candidate for Winchester. So I was going to try and run to be an MP, and they accepted me, which was awesome. So I spent 6 weeks last winter campaigning to try and become the MP for Winchester.
Okay, apparently you're very quiet, so bear with me for 1 minute whilst we try and sort out your audio levels.
While we do that, I'll just say hello to some people. Ackers is in, Janet Makes is here, Captain Magic Fur, Matthew's here, and it's Lasky.
Hi, it's Lasky.
So welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, George, could you speak again for me and we'll see if I
Is
blow
that any
everyone's ears?
better? Is that better?
Let's go a little higher. Try again for me.
How about now? Testing.
Okay, so for me, that's got louder. I think for the levels on the stream, that has not got louder. So, technical difficulties.
Wouldn't be a stream without it.
No, I've also noticed that Ben's levels are clipping as well. So I think that's more a Discord thing than it is
I'll see if I can.
anything else. So, what I'm going to do to sort out these technical difficulties, I'm going to play you the trailer for Other right now. And hopefully, by the time we reach the other side in about 3 minutes, we'll have sorted out the technical difficulties. That's how we do. It's real professional. All right, everyone. We'll see you in 3 minutes. And this is the trailer for Other. You can also find it on the YouTubes. It's worth explaining. There's 2 types of muscular dystrophy.
Oh, there's 1,000 types of
There's 1,000 types. There are more than 2 types of muscular dystrophy.
Probably less than 1,000, but there's numerous types.
And there you have it.
They're saying, I might have to be off the podium to the side. You really can't have a candidate on a separate physical footing to the other candidates.
Oh, excellent.
That should be absolutely fine. Let's just double check that feels... Oh, that's perfectly safe.
Yep.
Wow, what fun.
So now we move to the candidates, which are all going to make a statement. We'll start off on my left and then work this way across the table, if we may. So could I invite George Baker, the Labour candidate, to make a statement of up to 3 minutes?
Well, you have to be assertive enough to make sure that you get what you need, but often you find if you do it in the right way, people learn, and they were just very helpful and willing to be accommodating, and actually that church will now be more accessible.
We've got to fight like mad. We did brilliantly in 2017 against expectations, but we've got to do better. If we do as well as 2017, we've lost and Johnson will be Prime Minister.
Oh my God!
I didn't flying fuck about losing. It doesn't bother me because I've experienced the worst kind of failures. There's an opportunity in every adversity, probably the biggest thing that I've learned having a disability.
We are united, and we're going to stay united.
Have you felt threatened before? No.
Oh, absolutely.
You'll be voting for what's on the tin, not what's on the pass.
I'm actually really impressed how many people have just come out.
I think it's true to say that a lot of us are new to running a general election campaign here.
It's like many people who have a family with whatever type of disability, it does change your view on the world.
Is that what So that is my son.
Hello, Joel.
It was only as I got older and went out into the world and experienced what it was like to grow up as an adult and try and do things in a world that isn't designed for me, that I began to see how society artificially separates us all.
All right. Now, I feel I might have...
eating ice cream now.
Oh, there we go. Right, George, speak for me.
Hello?
Okay, that's...
Testing.
That to me is super loud. So hopefully, chat, let us know. Can you hear everyone nice and clearly now? There we go.
Says
yes.
it looks amazing. So
Awesome.
there you go.
Welcome everybody. We have now fixed, as they say, the technical difficulties. No doubt there'll be more, because that's kind of what we do here.
And we also have an applause from Captain Magic Fur, and Janet Make says it's great, Josh and George. So
hello everybody.
it's positive.
Lovely stuff.
Right, so we're all here. We can all hear each other now. What were we saying? We were talking about muscular dystrophy and living with a disability whilst deciding to run in an election.
Yeah.
What a crazy idea.
It was pretty crazy, wasn't it? It was fun. Yeah, but a little bit crazy.
What made you do it? Like,
What made me
sign
do
up
it?
for it? Yeah.
Well, other than an abject lust for power. No, I'm joking. It was really it was because I wanted to do something that, well, tell you what, let me put it in context. So my day job is I work in advertising. So I run a little marketing agency, and we we do adverts for small businesses. And like, it's great because it makes money and I'm good with it, but it doesn't achieve anything sort of useful really for humanity or anything that really excites me. So I wanted to start exploring ways to do something that I felt was a bit more useful with my life. And really, the opportunity to be an MP is something that I consider would give me the chance to do very useful things to help other people and really improve the country in some way. So when the opportunity arose to be a candidate to be MP, I thought I really need to go for this and have a go, if nothing else, just to get the experience of what it was like. I must say, it was one of the coolest things I've ever done by quite a large margin. It was awesome fun. But I mean, you were there the whole time, weren't you, Josh? And I think we can agree it was pretty challenging as well, really, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I still have like a hangover exhaustion from that campaign.
Yeah, me too. I think it's going to take me several years, but it was it was awesome, and it was so cool to have you following me around, because really it gave us the opportunity to make it about more than just attempting to win. It gave us a way to tell a story and put it in context and show what it's like for disabled people to try and participate in kind of society at large, really. So it was awesome.
Yeah,
really good fun.
Definitely. I kind of feel, from my point of view, that's, I ended up mostly working on the campaign. It's, it has to be said.
You did. You were basically my campaign manager, which, by the way, you were unbelievable at. It was
well,
awesome.
I mean, if I need a very alternative career. But, it has
changed.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I mean, in some respects it is. In some respects, I'm still just writing things. But yes, it has to be said. I felt like the most important thing for us coming out of it, but I mean, spoiler alert, George didn't win.
Yeah, there was never any chance of me winning.
No,
it was a very strong Tory Lib Dem seat. The point was to try and raise the profile of the party, really. They hadn't had an active candidate for years, so it was what we were kind of. It was sort of a sticking our flag in the ground type thing to say Labour are here, we're coming back, and I think we achieved that to a degree, really, from a public awareness perspective.
Well, I think as well. I mean, just as you were saying, just to have a platform to talk about disability, I think is as well really important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, particularly in the kind of context of the modern world where so much of it is electronic, and I mean, COVID, come on, where everyone starts working from home, and the whole idea of what work is and things like that have completely changed. It's important to show something different, I think, or something other. It's the name of the. It's the name. It's
Absolutely.
The name. So that, I think, was really important for me, particularly because I know the rest of the story, not including election and all that kind of thing, like, the near-death situations that have happened.
The near-death experiences, yeah. Yeah.
I remember those.
Yeah. We're all starting. Yeah.
Yes. So in the chat, the union has made the point about supporting the Simon Letts campaign in Itchen as well. So it is. So for those interested in the political side of things, it should be said that even though George was never really in the kind of main race in Winchester because of it being a Lib Dem Tory swing seat, it was a very close race between the Lib Dems and the Tories. And also, we were in and around the campaign in Southampton Itchen quite a lot, because that was one of the closest seats in the country. I think it was 31 votes in 2017?
Something ridiculous like that, yeah.
Literally, the amount of people to change hands in that seat is like... Literally, you could fit them in a room, in a small classroom, otherwise known as a standard classroom.
Yeah.
We have a question from Akers here,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
saying, don't know how you managed to get him up in front of so many people. I would have nearly would have literally wet myself. I mean, that's not really a question, but how did you cope with getting up in front of so many people? And
I'm one of those weird people that likes attention. So I might as well just be honest about it. I love it. I love it. I mean, it was nerve-wracking because I've not spoken in front of that many people before, but it's something that I've always wanted to do and get good at. And so it was a challenge. It was scary, particularly the first couple of times. But also, when you're doing something that you believe in and feel is important beyond, just what you can get out of it personally, it really gives you that extra motivation to just do it, regardless of what happens. I must admit, I did. It became obvious very quickly that it wasn't about the campaign. Wasn't about what I would get out of it. I wasn't going to win. It was about what can I get out of it for other people, from a social change perspective, or for Labour in Winchester over the next 10, 15 years. So it helped that I felt a sense of responsibility to do well, if that makes sense. It wasn't about me really. It was about what I could do for others by getting up there and trying to say something, something useful. Just for the test that I wasn't always good at that to start with. He did his very best helping me write speeches and things, and I made some hilariously ridiculous mistakes, including I kept talking about dollars rather than pounds, and it came to finances for some reason.
Yeah, that was a proper
strange.
That was a proper head in hands moment when you did that, and I was just like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, it is. Most of the business that I do is in America, so I work mostly with clients in America. So I'm used to writing adverts, selling things in dollars, or talking to clients about dollars. So when I got up there and did my sort of business assertive voice, I went straight to the dollars, which was ridiculous.
And I remember the audience reaction being a kind of, you could hear, how you get I don't know if anyone's ever experienced this either in like the theatre or cinema or listening live to something like that, where there's a kind of wave of reaction where you hear the front people go, huh? And it just travels all the way to the back.
There was an audible sigh.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Just like a, oh.
Yeah. That was the other thing, because I messed up that badly. I was like, oh, who cares? That's the worst thing that can possibly happen. Well, not quite.
Well, don't jinx yourself for next time,
Yeah, it's true.
So, I think, we're planning to do a much longer conversation about this at some point, probably closer to when the documentary releases, because, press and that. There's one more thing I want to touch on, and that's the thing that has a big old logo behind your head there.
Behind my head, yeah.
And just a little bit about what's happened this year and kind of what you've started now.
So during the election campaign, we had lots of discussions with, there were lots of discussions about how to, tactics and what we were going to do and what things would be useful. And one of the strange discussions that we ended up having was was around this idea of a disability union. So a way for disabled people to come together and kind of, fight for their rights, achieve things themselves, rather than relying on other organisations advocating for them. And I, to be honest, it was a brain thought that I came up with. I wasn't invested in it, didn't really have any interest in doing it. But I had all these people suddenly tell me, George, this is something you need to do. You need to do this. This needs to exist. There needs to be an organisation run by disabled people that can help us really get the things that we need in society in terms of inclusion, and really just about supporting each other. So I started at the beginning of the year, once I recovered from the election, to explore the idea of creating such a union. And really, it has snowballed now to the point where we have a team of 10 people. We have all these crazy professional, like, banners and stuff. We're having to completely rebuild our website because we've outgrown it. We already have a few dozen members. We only opened a couple of weeks ago, and there is just more and more excitement around this idea, really. So I've gone from, it really is a logical, it might not seem logical, but it's a logical kind of progression from the idea of wanting to be an MP and really feeling that enjoyment from doing something that was about representing other people to this kind of new thing where I'm like, actually, the thing that I'm here to do is to help people like me, if that makes sense. And it's, the more I do it, the more we explore it, the more kind of joy and fulfillment I get from it. Kind of, it really is the idea of using the experiences that I've had to help other people, and really also building. I've heard, there's a famous anecdote. I can't remember where it's from, but it's, you can either, in life, you can either be something or you can do something. So, you should, someone like Boris Johnson, for example, he's always wanted to be Prime Minister. That's obvious, right? His thing is he wants to be Prime Minister. And now he's done it, he's rubbish at it, because he doesn't know, he probably never knew what he really wanted to do with it. Do you know what I mean? He wanted the title, he wanted it for himself. He didn't, have anything specific that he wanted to achieve with it. It doesn't appear to have any kind of vision or whatever. And one of the things I've learned in life is that if you follow that kind of path of wanting to be something, it's incredibly empty. It's like, it's really empty. You don't get any fulfillment out of it. Because it's just having a title or having a thing is kind of meaningless. So the other option is in life that you try to do something. You try to build something. You try to make your mark in some way that's meaningful, that will help other people and be sort of a lasting testament to what you've done. And that's kind of what I want the union to be. I don't care if my name's on it. I don't really have any interest in people knowing that it was, that I started it or helped to start it. I just want to build something that I can look at in 30 years and go, I did that. That's helping people. I did that. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Said.
Absolutely. Well,
yeah,
I mean, I don't really know how we can follow that.
Well, you're getting a lot of love in the chat.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Now, I did notice one cheeky question up there, which I will, because it seems to have sparked quite a lot of debate.
I've noticed that. Yes.
So a question from Matthew. He says, "What football team do you support, George?" And there seems to be, well,
St. Pauli.
St. Pauli. You should also mention the one that you sponsor.
Oh, Sheridan, FC. Okay. Shit, yeah, okay. That's incredibly embarrassing. The disability, that was a trap. Someone set me up there.
Matthew.
The Disability Union, we sponsor Sheridan FC. They're a local, grassroots club. They're really awesome. They're very inclusive. They have their own disability team. And they needed some funds, and the union really felt that we needed to support, local groups like that doing useful things for disabled people. So we sponsored them, and I should say that, the more I learn about them, the more torn I am between St. Pauli and Sholing FC. But yes. Everybody needs to buy season tickets for Sholing.
That is the correct answer. Right.
Well, I don't think Matthew will be feel too bad about that.
No.
He's not really a competitor to Brian.
No. I mean, I guess the other answer would be Southampton. So.
That's true. Yeah, I've been to a couple of Southampton games, but yeah. So.
But not the ones. The ones are the ones that you sponsor. You have a direct
absolutely.
connection to.
Absolutely. They're on my kit.
Yes. Right. Okay. So, as I say, we are going to do a big old chat and go much more in depth into the documentary, the election, and things around that closer to the time that the documentary comes out. When is the documentary coming out? Don't know yet. To be confirmed at some point.
Not putting a date on it.
It. I'm not putting an exact date on it. It will be this year. I can assure you of that because it will be.
It will be.
It will be. I will will it into existence, if nothing else. Yes, that'll be out at some point later this year. For now, let us introduce you all, those of you who are joining us. Oh, also, I should be very naughty and ask, hello, welcome many people who it's your first time with us today. Would you mind following us? You can ignore us all you want afterwards, but we could really do with the numbers because if we get to 50 followers, you can get affiliate, and that would be really awesome. So if you would kindly follow us, that would be very nice.
Everybody needs to follow these guys. They're awesome.
Yeah,
we have one.
Lots of crazy.
I'll take it.
There you go.
Thank you. It's Lasky.
Do we have the? Yeah. Cool.
And two.
So
let's go.
What are we doing in Blender this evening, then?
It should be said. So to explain for our new friends who are joining us on this platform for the first time, my normal job is I am a visual effects artist and I work on things for other people. I do a lot of stuff in 3D. Yes, and that is what we tend to do on this channel here. Is we tend to make weird things in 3D based on interaction with each other and with the chat. So we make stuff.
I'd say in general, we are generally filmmaking. So we cover everything filmmaking. This just happens to be a series that we're running right now, which happens to be quite fun and crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we're quite schizophrenic. Like we cover all sorts of things, and we will cover more of all sorts of things. Although it has to be said, we are quite inclined to the left. It has to be said for our friends. So there's been a few LGBT things and stuff like that. A bit of
a history quiz as well.
And a history quiz, the occasional history quiz. So we might well end up at the history quiz because.
Well, I think it's going to happen because we've had a comment requesting it. So.
History quiz from Google Boy, says Matthew. It's going to happen. There you are.
Yeah.
So, so if you're just joining us for the first time today and you've just followed, thank you so much. Prepare to be weird
and film reviews. I forgot we did that. We do film reviews.
We'll do film reviews of good films.
Don't watch the last one.
No.
Yeah.
Last one was terrible. Right. So, what we are going to do now, and for the rest of the stream, is we are going to make something using this program here, which is Blender. And, well, I mean, we have the guest of honor, so it would only be fitting to ask you, first of all, should we start with a location, maybe? We tend to.
What about a genre or location? Maybe a location.
Okay, George. George, what do you want to do? What do you want to make?
Yeah.
Let's just
pick anything.
Let's go completely wide.
Why don't you set it in Winchester High Street?
Winchester High Street.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
My.
Okay.
Okay.
I want you to intricately create Winchester Cathedral within the next 20 minutes.
Easy. Super easy.
Intricately create Winchester Cathedral within the next 20 minutes. Well.
Yeah.
Well, dang.
Shall we go more like non-fiction?
We could
more fantasy.
We could do. I mean, to be honest, if I created Winchester Cathedral, I can't even say it. If I intricately created Winchester Cathedral,
how about something easier? Why don't you create me in 3D?
George in 3D.
I've always wanted to look at myself in 3D. but can you please give the wheelchair rocket boosters and an ejector seat, please?
And an
And a
ejector
mach-
seat for
and a
who? For
machine
you?
gun. Yeah, and a machine gun.
So,
please.
hang on. What is what is the scenario in which you have an ejector seat and a machine gun? Because I'm kind of feeling like
Well, he's James Bond.
he's James Bond.
obviously.
Yeah, obviously James Bond.
Yeah.
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 Okay, right.
Baker, George Baker.
I'm not
Yeah.
promising it's going to be an exact replica
Oh,
That's
come
all
on.
right.
in like a half an
Come
hour.
on. That's
However,
fine, that's-
I feel like a James Bond scene of wheelchair. Dr. Wheel, as Baker Me points out.
Oh my
Dr. Wheel.
god.
Do you remember that?
That was like 10
That-
years ago. Josh,
Yeah.
do you remember that very disturbing video we found?
Oh,
That you
yeah.
recorded of me? The fucking PowerPoint presentation thing.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, that'll have to
that
get an
was-
airing at some point. Oh, maybe I
That
should.
was-
Maybe
that was-
maybe
oh.
like an episode or two into the documentary, I'll just start with that, just completely out of context, and
Yeah.
just freak everyone out because that's how we
that,
do.
yeah, no one will ever trust me ever again after saying that.
Oh
That
no,
was amazing.
not a
That
chance.
It was amazing. I love
Not-
it. It's really awesome.
I still don't understand what we were going for in that, honestly.
No, I don't understand at all. It's very strange. Quite funny.
Right, I'm gonna shortcut myself into a wheelchair here, because
Alright,
you know,
love
why
it.
not? Okay, so for the time being, so it's a James Bond scene with a
Yes.
kind of gadget based wheelchair.
And he needs a villain, obviously. So
Yeah. So what's the rest of the scene? That's kind of what we need to decide now between us
Actually,
and the chat.
I've got an answer for you. Actually.
Okay.
This is an answer. While we're at the Disability Union, we occasionally, if we're bored with real work, we come up with ideas for what would happen if we had a comic book or a cartoon series
Okay.
about the Disability Union. And so we have a mascot called Dunyan, because the Disability Union shortened as D-Union, which sounds a bit like onion. So our mascot is a giant anthropomorphic onion, and his
Okay.
and his nemesis is Stephen Salsa. Now Stephen Salsa is a man covered in salsa, and it is
Okay.
his mission. His mission is to use Dunyan in a salsa. So he wants to.
Oh my god!
He wants,
wow.
I thought we were crazy.
yeah, no, we're
Yeah.
very strange. We're very, very strange. You have to be a bit strange.
So
to
hold
do-
on,
to
are
do
these the villains?
No, Dunyan is the mascot. But
No,
Stephen-
I'm saying in this scene, if we want to have them in this scene.
Well, I think you should put Dunyan in the wheelchair. A giant onion
Okay.
in the wheelchair.
Oh, that is so
Yeah.
far up our street. You don't even realise.
Yes.
Yeah, and
You
yeah,
don't.
it's-
You
Yeah.
don't
Could it-
even know.
Could it be jiggling? That's the big question here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Out of context
And it's,
jiggling.
it's no crazier than the other streams.
No.
We might actually be able to get you a picture of Dunyan.
Okay.
Ryan, can you send them a picture of Dunyan? Do you
Okay.
have a picture of Dunyan? And Stephen Salsa. We might be able to get you pictures.
Oh my god, are we going to get actual reference? I don't think we've ever
Yeah.
got reference on this channel.
I think we might be able to get you a reference. We'll see if we can get you a reference.
I'm trying to remember your wheelchair from memory. It's.
It's got 6 wheels.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
The 6 wheels thing.
Okay, let's just duplicate for now.
Yeah, look at that. There you go. Also, you should give me like 16-inch alloy rims or whatever.
You
on the
want-
wheels.
Nice.
You
And
want to
ne-
pimp
neon
it?
underglow.
Hang on, have you got?
Yeah.
Where's the image gone?
Can you please pimp my chair, Josh, please?
We can.
Yes,
We can
yes.
do.
Right.
We can do that. Did that image
I
go
shall
into
be
the
back
chat?
in a
Where'd it go?
second.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, we forgot about the joke. Should we save it to the end?
Oh, the joke. Yeah, the joke.
No one's gonna laugh at the joke now. That's the problem.
No, never mind.
Hey, but we'll still tell the joke because that's what we do here. We wait until the joke is inopportune and then
And then you still
off
tell
we
the
go.
joke.
We still tell the joke. That's how we do. So hang on, the wheelchair layout, something like that. Okay, it's going to be a very pimped out wheelchair because I don't remember exactly how it looks. So we're going to have to like do some stuff. I don't know.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. That is awesome.
we're going to do some things. I don't know what things. Things are going to happen.
Things are going to happen.
Things are
It's
going
all
to
happening.
happen. It is all happening.
It's all happening.
Right, so we need to create. I'm just going to do a very rough block out first, and then maybe we'll go in with a bit more control. But we need a rocket. You want a rocket engine
I want a rocket engine, and I want an ejector seat.
and an ejector seat. Well, we can.
The
you know
ejector
what?
seat can just be a big red button that says ejector seat.
Hey, that's how we do. We,
Exactly.
we don't build an ejector seat. We just have a button that goes ejector seat.
Yeah, a big button.
Oh, hello, cheeky. Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? Obey my commands. Yes. Right. Let's get rid of that. Now, I can't actually look at the chat at the moment, which is not the best. But, you know, hopefully they're enjoying it. Let us
sure they
know.
are.
I'll look in a minute. I'll look in a minute. Normally,
There we go. I'm back. Right.
Ben,
So
oh, can you see the chat, Ben?
I am looking at the chat. Yes.
Excellent, excellent. We have.
Okay,
operation.
hold on a second, Josh. We might have a change here.
Oh,
Acker says if it's word James Bond style, surely it'd be a hover wheelchair.
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
well, that's
He's right.
that is.
Do we need
Especially-
wheels? That's the question.
No, we don't.
Well,
need
I mean,
wheels.
we
Sod
could
the
just
wheels,
we
get rid of the
could
wheels.
we could just do that thing where we flip them all on their side and they're then pads.
Yeah, do
Ooh.
that. I like
hover
that. Do
pads
that.
instead
That's
of
cool.
That is really cool.
There you are, and then we'll give it this kind of layout. It's like
Oh, yeah,
it's
look
like
at
a
that.
kind of drone-ish thing.
Yeah, that's a.
So
that's great.
what do we want from the chat? Do we want some features that the wheelchair?
Oh yeah, are we
Yeah,
gonna like?
definitely.
Okay, what else do we want to pimp it out with?
Yeah.
We're gonna.
I
we're gonna
want
go
weapons.
through,
I want quality of life features.
Now, George, this
I
is
want
question for
blame.
you.
in what order?
Yeah.
Would you? What type of James Bond are you? I mean, they all have guns, really. But we've had a request for guns. Would you be a James Bond with a gun?
Yeah.
I like
You
that.
would. Okay, easy answer. Great.
Definitely.
This-
okay.
Definitely done.
This is a man who answered a
Does
question in
the-
dollars in an
Does
English
the
election.
gun shoot
Of course he wants
onions?
guns.
Yes, the gun does shoot onions. Yeah,
It's an onion gun. Oh, this is brilliant.
It shoots explosive onions. Yeah, they really
Explosive
smell.
onions.
Yeah,
Wow.
they really smell. Yeah,
They really smell.
Oh, is that all it does? It just smells people out.
yeah they make you cry. Yeah. It's like tear gas, but more vicious. Yeah.
More vicious.
I'll burn your eyes out. Yeah.
Oh god. Right, hang on. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that for now. We'll just do the block through, and then we'll add in features. So we want guns. We want Gatling guns.
We've
Yeah,
got
they shoot onions.
you some reference material.
Oh, nice.
Where do we put it? Can we not put it in the chat?
You can put it in
So
the
if you-
chat, or you can just send it. You can just message me on
Yeah,
on other platforms.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you've been
I'll,
messaged stuff.
Okay. Bear with everyone whilst I go and
We
retrieve
have
this.
a question if the ejector seat could be animated as well. How
That would be
possible is
awesome.
I
that?
mean, it depends. It depends to what degree you mean animated. If you mean can it
Just
move up
bit of
and down,
movement.
then yes, it can move up and down. If you mean can we have a full-on animation sequence, no, not in.
Up and down will do, I think.
I think up and
Up
down.
and
will
down,
do.
that's the important thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Oh my good grief. Okay, let's hang on.
Now, we actually have some Cornish pasty comments, so I think it's probably a good time that I bring out the Cornish pasty.
Bring out the pasty.
Here is the pasty. Shall I give a bit of a shout out to the shop as well?
Yeah, do it.
Because they're probably
Promote your
They
local
are.
businesses.
Penny Ganna Pasties, established in 1985.
Oh,
Okay, so
wrong
there's
guy.
4 years older than me. There they are.
Well,
And in there, we have it's a big one.
it's what you want.
Here we go. There it is. Tell you what, I have just eaten, so I'm pretty full. But actually, I'm just eating ice cream right now as well. So this is, a bit of a challenge, but I'm up for it. I'm gonna give it a taste, and it's completely cold as well because I bought it a few hours ago. Okay.
Nice. That's what we want.
Nice.
That's what we want. Now, how am I going? Okay, hang on. How on earth are we going to?
I don't know how much of a review you want of this.
I feel like that was probably enough.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah. If you got any questions, let us know.
Okay, I tell you what then. To start off tonight's history quiz, when was the first Cornish pasty?
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, answers in the chat. When was the Cornish pasty invented? Ladies and gentlemen, the history quiz.
Is it like
post-sanity history quiz?
Something ridiculous.
Who's right? Ben, can you run the quiz?
Well, I mean,
with difficulty.
I could sort of, yes. I mean, I'm running from a phone here, so
it's normally a Kyle thing, and he's not here, unfortunately.
Okay, so.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
answers
in the chat. The winner gets nothing.
First Cornish pasty. Are we going yeah, we're going Cornish pasty, yeah?
Cornish pasty? Or pasty, I don't know.
Let's go Cornish pasty.
George, what do you want? Do you want pasty or Cornish pasty?
Cornish pasty.
Cornish pasty. All right, here we go. Answers in the chat. We will.
I'm not going to count the answers.
I'll go through. I'll go through the answers. I'm just getting ready to share this beautiful imagery with everyone. Oh, I can just.
Okay, we've got some guesses in here.
Okay, hang on.
Dunyan for life says, was it in 1312? I can't even read this username. Generous.
Talking of Dunyan.
Oh, okay, I can. Generous Moblin. 1850. Baker Me. 1642. Akers says Ben's too busy eating pasties to run the quiz. That's very true.
That is true.
1565 says Captain Magic Fur. 1460 from Janet Makes. Okay, Baker Me says, does pasty go well with ice cream? I'm going to say no. Not a recommendation.
What a surprise.
Yeah. I mean, the ice cream, they're both very good on their own.
If I do that. It will do that. There we go. No, it didn't do that.
Ooh.
Damn it. So, okay.
Jeez.
Before we reveal the answer, here is Dunyan, who we shall be making in a minute, and his nemesis.
He's such a happy onion.
His nemesis, or her nemesis, their nemesis. It's Steven Salsa.
Oh my god! Wow. Okay, he's a completely different style.
Tell them who Steven Salsa is.
Oh.
Let's not defame any real people.
No, let's not defame any real people, maybe. It's just some poor random chap.
It's just some poor random chap. We'll go back to.
His name is actually Steven Salsa, though.
Is it really?
That's his legal given name.
Oh dear.
Well, I assume it is.
And
I don't know. It was his name on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. You sort out an actual Steven Salsa to make your Steven Salsa supervillain.
Yeah, definitely. It's got to be real, isn't it? It's got to be
what is that if not commitment?
Wow.
What?
Does he know about it? I think he doesn't know.
No, he doesn't know yet.
You should send it to him.
He doesn't know yet. He really doesn't know, which is a shame.
I'm sure he'll love it.
Just to reach out to him, though, and ask for and buy the rights to his
endorsement.
I want royalties.
Yeah.
This message sponsored by Steven Salsa.
Sponsored by Steven Salsa.
Okay, Akers says 1920. Okay, Josh, what is your answer?
1300s.
Okay, George is saying 1300s.
Okay, I will go Cornish pasty. Everyone's going really early. I feel like it's a lot later. I think it's going to be like 1822.
1822. Okay, I can't really get that specific with the date.
Okay.
It seems like it wasn't a thing where they went, oh, here's the pasty.
You mean...
It's
Really?
It's the 16th century.
Oh, the 16th century.
16th century. So
Who
let's have
had
a look.
16th century? Baker Me had 16th century.
Captain Magic Fur
Oh
was
no, hang on.
very close.
Oh yeah, Magic Fur had 16th century. It says he said not Baker Me. Baker Me had 1642.
I think it's Captain Magic Fur.
Janet Makes had 1460. I think Magic Fur has got this one. Let me see. Anyone else? George, didn't you say 1500 first time round, and then you?
I did, but I changed my mind.
Well, there you are. You see, stick with your guns, stick with your
Should've stopped
miniguns, stick with your wheelchair miniguns, and you might
Should've
have
done.
had a
Minigun.
win in first round. Miniguns are just easy to make. I'm not gonna lie. It's just lots of circles. That's what we're going for. But now we have an actual character to model in the Union. Probably not that difficult to model either, to be honest. I say that I'm shooting myself in the foot there, but you know.
Captain Magic Fur says he's gonna celebrate with a pasty. So
that is the correct answer.
Yeah, I sort of feel a food history quiz coming on here.
Do you have any other food related?
Well, I mean, the obvious one is onion, but I don't think we can really get an answer to that.
Now, hang on. When was onion invented is not a question. That's workable.
That's what I said. Yes, that is not a thing. I mean, we could. What other onion-based?
Okay, no. Do
questions
you know
can we
what
have
though?
here?
Do you know what though? How old is the genome of onions? Like, when did they evolve into onions? Can you find that answer?
Oh god. Maybe we could go with salsa.
Okay. That was a hard swerve, wasn't it? That was a. Well,
yeah, let's go the other direction.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the next question in the post-sality food quiz.
When was the first salsa?
Are we? Let's do a double question. When was the first salsa food? When was the first salsa dance? Ooh.
Oh.
Double salsa.
Oh.
They say never go double salsa, and I say fuck them. That's how we roll here.
Okay,
Double
so
salsa.
2 answers in the chat. When was the first salsa dance? And when is the first salsa that you eat?
Some would ask what we do. I would say don't question it.
A bit of everything.
Bit of
craziness.
Everything.
That's how you can put it.
Mostly insanity, because that's on.
I mean, I would say location for the salsa sauce, but I mean that seems a bit obvious, isn't it?
Is it though? Okay, bonus question. Location for the salsa. Where was salsa invented? When? And also dance.
It's got to be some Mediterranean place, isn't it?
You'd have thought so, but we can get much more specific than that.
I mean, I have the answer.
Ooh. Oh, blast. Median.
Okay, where are we? Okay, Captain Magic first says salsa food 1876, dance 1933.
1933.
Janet makes salsa food 1950, salsa dance 1966. Wow, that's pretty late. Okay. Dunyan for life, great username. Dance in the 1800s, food in the 1700s. We've got a big variation here of answers.
Me too.
I'm going to submit this wheelchair design to the NHS.
Oh yeah. Do you think they take it? How much do you think it would
why
cost?
wouldn't they?
There's another.
Well, I mean, with the guns, I mean that really seals it, doesn't it?
Well, they're personal protective equipment, aren't they?
Good point.
Yeah.
NHS fighting COVID with a fucking wheelchair.
Yeah.
Fuck off wheelchair. Oops. No, not that one either. feel like the barrels should be longer a bit, shouldn't it? Okay, we're just roughing out. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Nobody panic. The other thing we want is the ejector seat. We'll add an ejector seat and then we'll start refining. Oh no, and then we'll add Dunyan.
Captain Magic first says this would be a wheelchair for the USA, maybe.
I mean, that's not untrue, is it?
Yeah, that's very true.
But all of about 5 people would be able to get it.
Yeah, we should trademark it. Dark will probably buy it off you.
Yeah, probably. Amazon will get it. Jeff Bezos will get it for his retirement.
Yeah.
It's the next evolution of what was it? Blue Origin. This is Red Origin.
Red Origin. Yeah.
How did ejector seats look like? They're like.
Do they really look like anything? Aren't they hidden?
They're very specific. I think they're like very like metal sides and like very thin and with the big headrest kind of thing. Not dissimilar to like an actual wheelchair's setup. I feel like a kind of cup seat and then.
Oh, that's a good question. When was the first ejector seat?
Oh, okay. That'll be question 3.
Okay, no answers yet. Let's come back to that. Okay, Akers says salsa, food 1600s, salsa 1550. Have I already read that one? No, I don't think I have.
It's Lasky makes a very interesting point here. Salsa is just fucking Spanish for sauce. Well, when was the...
I've got an answer.
Hey, it's also a food. A very specific thing. It may be something that we made, but it's still a thing. That's how we do. Like, curry is something we also made, and it bears no resemblance to an actual Indian curry. Right, okay, so let's pause for answers. Pause for answers.
Okay, well, I mean, I said I had answers.
Have you changed your mind?
Yeah, I can find when it was first made in Mexico, but it goes further back.
Okay, well, okay.
Okay, what it is saying is it's saying the origin is from the times of Aztecs, Incas, and Mayans.
Well.
Or Mayans.
So very long time ago. We're talking like late dark to medieval?
Should we just search Aztecs? Aztecs.
What was Aztecs? That was a bit later, wasn't it?
13th century.
13th century. I was kind of right. Later, yeah. I was kind of right.
That's quite a long time ago.
I have to say, right, if salsa is the Spanish word for sauce, which I didn't know, obviously, I love the fact that they have a dance called sauce, and I love the fact that now it's just in the phrase, it's in the kind of modern phrase of like someone who looks good, someone's dripping the sauce. We've just caught up to what Spain were doing freaking hundreds of years ago, and that's chef kiss. That's excellent. Okay,
so if we're saying 13th century.
13th century.
So I mean, Akers with 16th century is the closest. Oh, I didn't get your answers. Sorry. I will go.
I think it's the 13th century, Ben.
Whoa, well done. How did you get that?
My goodness.
Don't worry, you can answer the salsa dance.
Salsa dance.
So have a think, George. When do you think the salsa dance was...
The salsa dance.
The salsa dance? Well, it can't be any earlier than the 1800s, can it?
Ooh, saucy dance.
Don't ask me. Put your answer forward and we'll see. Oh, okay. Well... Not. When are you saying?
I'm just crazy.
God, this is.
I want this wheelchair. This wheelchair is awesome.
Oh, we have barely started. I'm just gonna do a separate fucking. Oh, do you know what? I've made a mess of that already. It's a strong start.
Okay, George, what date are you saying for salsa dance?
1800s.
Okay. Josh?
I'm going to say salsa dance. I think salsa dance older. I think they made some sauce and were like, fuck, this is great, we should have a dance. I think
Name it that, yeah.
1405.
Okay, slightly out. Getting the origins, not that specific.
Did we get answers in the
The 1900s.
The 1900s. Ah, wow. So it took them 800 years to be like, we've got this brilliant sauce. Let's have a dance.
I mean, so we've got a few in the 1900s. Captain Magic Fur, again, with 1933. Good answer. And also Janet Makes with 1966. Although it was probably a bit earlier than that. Do we know the location? That seems more... I've actually got an actual answer for that. So, location of the first salsa dance, the salsa origin. Where was it? I need a country.
First salsa dance location. Well, it's obviously some derivative of Spain, be it Spain or not. So we can start there.
Yeah.
I got Captain Magic first saying Paraguay.
Paraguay. That is straight out of left field. I was going to say Argentina.
Yeah, it's got something like that, isn't it? Really?
Baker Mead says Brazil. Janet Makes says Cuba. Acker says it's a saucy dance. I don't think
that was the joke 5 minutes ago. I just keep up.
I can tell you, Dunyan for Life says USA. I can tell you we have a correct answer in the chat.
Ooh.
Mm.
And I can reveal that it is Cuba.
Was it Cuba? Oh.
Yes.
Saucy.
I mean, I would just say that don't go by any of these answers as facts, because all I'm doing is Googling. So don't go by them.
If you
this
hadn't
is not a
realized,
real quiz.
If you hadn't realised this is not a real quiz, what are you doing?
This is not factual. We are...
This is the vaguely accurate history quiz on post-sanity.
This is just entertainment.
Whilst we make a
flying not even counting
battle wheelchair. So that when...
That's what I do on every Sunday evening.
Yes. This is the most American thing in the world, isn't it? Because when the soldiers get injured, they're just like, right, get in the wheelchair, off you go again, son. Get back to war. Off you go.
Is that the massive jet on the back?
Oh yeah, it's a big old rocket. Big old rocket.
Wow.
We've barely started it, but it's a big old rocket.
It's gonna be pretty. That's a big jet.
It is. Well, I mean, you want to go fast.
Yeah, true.
Got people to hunt.
Of course. Yeah.
This is.
Acker says we only need alternative facts.
Oh no! I mean, you're not wrong,
guys. Yeah, getting them here.
You're not wrong. Welcome to post-sanity alternative facts. People will turn up thinking it's like some alt-left fucking thing, and it's just us being really bad at quizzes.
I wouldn't say really bad, just really inaccurate.
Really inaccurate.
Or it's whatever's top of Google, so you can blame Google, not us.
Whatever. So, well, I mean, that's as a rule of thumb, I feel it's a fairly good rule of thumb, no?
Well, yeah, blame Google. Yeah.
Blame Google.
Okay, so for the next question, then we'll go back to some blending here. When was the first ejector seat in, what should we say, in any aircraft?
I feel like Magic should have a good answer for this.
And a location. Yeah, that's true, actually, yeah.
Oh.
I think my screen's frozen, isn't it?
You're back, George.
It happens.
Oh, I'm back.
It happens, don't worry about it. That's most of Ben's existence on this, is his screen freezing. Why is this being weird? Excuse me, sir. What's being weird for?
It's frozen again.
I think you're okay. I can see.
Why is it freezing?
It's just the internet gets a bit laggy
You can hear me?
sometimes.
Yes.
That's
We
all
can
right.
still
then.
hear you. Oh, I've made a mess of that. This is me trying to remember what an ejector seat looks like from memory. And going, I don't remember. I mean, it's a good rule of thumb for if you're making 3D art that's meant to be vaguely representative of stuff, is use references. Don't do what I've done. Not use references. Because, you know, things get real off. Right, and then there's like a... This is quite... I don't know, scale. I don't know.
Does it really matter? I mean, it's going to be seating an onion.
Yeah, it's gonna be sitting in a giant
That's
onion.
true. So it should actually have like a giant headrest, shouldn't it? That's like massive.
Yeah, enormous. It's going to need a lot of support for a head that large.
Yeah, it's going to need to... Oh, it's got a body, hasn't it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, not just an onion.
It's not just any onion.
Yeah, that's true.
It's onion.
It's done in the onion.
I forgot. I was thinking it was just an onion, yeah.
This is not just...
Okay, so we've got some answers in here. Dunyan for Life says 1911. 1942 from Ackers. And he says the location is on an aeroplane. Yes, I was looking more of a location in the world. Not the actual plane.
Yeah, I mean, it's not wrong though, is it?
No, he's right. He's right. Baker Me, 1957. Yeah, and the question is, when was the first ejector seat in a aeroplane? And a location that it was invented.
Right, that'll do for now. Right, we'll improve everything.
Oh, that's looking good.
We've got a kind of rough layout. Did you want any other weapons? Did we ever decide?
Ooh, flamethrower.
Flamethrower.
Yeah, come on.
All right.
Gotta have a flamethrower.
Flamethrower.
You could
Flamethrower
put
from memory.
Elon Musk's one on there.
Elon Musk's flamethrower.
Also, it's a good question, so that's also why.
Hang on, are you adding things based purely on your ability to make a quiz out of them?
I've just thought of it, yes. So, yes.
That's strategy. It sure is. I appreciate lots of things that are made out of cylinders. It has to be said. It's very like look at this Gatling gun that's just in 8 cylinders.
I think I could have done that.
Yeah, I know. Right? Hey, that's what we want.
It's almost like an organ, isn't it? So I could do that.
Oh boy! If anyone ever wants to watch back any of the insanity that we've done on this channel, for I even think back at it now, going, "What were we doing? What were we doing?"
That's a question I ask after every stream.
Yes.
Captain Magic first says 1947 for the ejector seat, and in the UK, Acker says you'd win the election with this wheelchair. That's probably true.
Not democratically.
But he'd still win it.
Yeah. Got that Belarusian vibe to it. Only the political people in the chat will get that joke. I think we might have lost George there. He seems to have frozen.
Ah, yes. We won't get an answer from George.
Oh,
Josh.
George's phone has died, apparently. Thank you, Dean.
Ah, okay. Well, if he can charge it up and join us again, that would be...
But now we've just got this
If
picture of
not-
him. He's getting the charge.
Leave it.
Hey,
Good.
we're all here. We're all,
Josh,
we're all quizzing.
when are you thinking? First ejector seat.
First ejector seat, and I'm going to say I think it was 50s, and it was in the UK. I'm pretty sure it's a British invention. I'm going to say 52. That might be early. 52.
Well, apparently, a bungee-assisted escape from an aircraft took place in 1910.
A bungee-assisted escape?
Yes.
What?
So not what... Yeah. There's no more information. I can click bungee, But is it just going to go? It's just going to go to bungee cord. So
What?
not a traditional one.
A bungee? What?
Yeah.
How does any of that work? A bungee assisted.
idea.
I want to.
I don't know.
Where was the bungee attached to? The ground?
I literally only have one line here. That's all I have.
How does that help?
And then
Was he flying off and he just got yanked out of the plane? What?
well, I presume you'd have a. I don't even know when parachutes were invented. So, did they have parachutes in 1910? They didn't they? Because
I don't know. I mean, they had
No.
balloons and stuff. When was the first modern? When was the first rocket ejector seat?
okay, the modern layout for an ejector seat. Oh wow! Okay, pretty early. By Romania in the late 1920s.
Oh.
Okay, let's see how modern it is. Okay, 25th of August 1929. That's when it was successfully tested.
Wow, that's a lot earlier than I thought it was. Where was that?
Romanian.
Romanian.
Where was it tested? And it was tested in Paris.
Oh, so we were very wrong.
I mean, I think that's like probably a very primitive one.
Yeah. George, did you miss the revelation about the bungee-assisted ejector seat in 1910?
I vaguely
Yeah.
heard it from Ryan's laptop.
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't have much information on it, really.
I want to know.
I just have one
everything.
line.
I want to know everything about that because it makes no sense.
I mean, if you had parachutes, it would make sense.
How though?
I mean, what type of planes did they have in 1910? I don't really.
I mean, flying was invented in 1903, so the answer to that is not very advanced ones. I think they might have been on like basic.
Or biplanes or something.
Yeah, just about. I mean, they got biplanes by World War One, which was 1914. So
I don't know. Should
I don't know.
Should I search for it? Bungee
I don't
assisted.
know. Bungee assisted ejector seat. This is a revelation.
I don't understand.
So many
How
bungee
does it
cords.
even work?
Well, this is
What
Just
is it-
tension, I suppose.
What is it?
Yeah,
attain?
but like I get how someone could be yanked out of the seat with a bungee cord, but I don't. Yeah, exactly. Why would someone? And also, but also how? Like, it's an ejector seat, but like a spring-loaded ejector seat where it's just tension in the
Okay,
body.
this is really funny. I've googled it, and guess what answers I get? Do you know things at fairgrounds where you're in like a seat and you're on bungee cords and they let you go and then you fly up really high?
Right.
That's as I'm getting. I'm not getting anything else on this. Oh, okay. No, there's more ejector seats. Not much on this.
Baker me a sent link. I'm sorry we've stopped the entire wheelchair thing, but a bungee assisted ejector seat has thrown me for a loop here.
Yeah, that is mad.
Because the homework is to find out more about the bungee ejector seat. Do you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a bit of research on this.
Oh, blimey. Ben has turned into a robot there.
Yeah.
It may just be me in a minute, you never know.
Am I back again? Or not?
I think you're okay. It's kind of the signal is dropping out a little bit, but it'll do.
Shall I turn my video off?
I mean, if you can find us, if it means you get to find out more about the bungee-assisted ejector seat, then sure.
Okay.
Let's maximise that because there's no one else left to look at.
I can eat some ice cream as well then.
That's the motivation, isn't it? Really? Let's be
Exactly.
honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. Do you want to put the blender full screen as well?
I've pretty much done that now.
Okay. Cool.
How does
Captain Magic First says he remembers being shown videos of it, in my early pilot days. I don't know if that's referring to Bungie or just normal.
I would assume normal, because I don't
ejector
know where
seats.
you'd get Bungie from.
Yeah. Okay, we do have a link here.
Wait, I think I've made a mess of that.
Baker me says, Josh, that next week you can model a Bungie ejector seat.
Well, to be honest, we're making an ejector seat now, so why not make it a Bungie assisted one?
That sounds great.
I just struggle to understand how that works. Like, I want to know what are the mechanics of that. Like, how? And also,
Yeah, but
why?
we have a more important question. What flavour ice cream am I eating?
I mean, that is the most important question.
Yeah, exactly. It is a Ben and Jerry's. Shout out to Ben and Jerry's, because hopefully we'll get them as a sponsor. And
I'd love a Ben & Jerry's sponsored. Let's go.
I don't... Now, if they were sponsored, they wouldn't be very pleased, because I can't remember what flavour I've got. There's probably someone downstairs that can let me know what flavour I have. It's very chocolatey, that's what I can say.
Is it fudge? Fudge brownie?
It could be. Yeah, no, it's not fudge brownie. I think. Oh, is it? Fudge. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, how exciting for you!
There we go. Right, so it's not for me because I'm eating it.
You are a bit robot again. So
Okay.
Guys, I'm gonna have to go. It's broken up.
That's all right. I feel like the internet is getting a bit prohibitive, but we shall persevere. We'll be on until 10 o'clock. We'll finish up that, and we will model Dunyan.
Awesome. It's been really good fun, guys. This is awesome.
Thanks,
thanks for being
joining
on,
us,
George.
I'll talk to you later, guys.
Yep, and we'll talk to you
See
again
you soon.
soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
Bye,
guys.
George.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Apparently, this is go back to the important stuff here. The caramel center one. That's the one that I've had.
The caramel what?
This is Ben and Jerry's.
There's a caramel scented.
Yeah, apparently.
Why haven't I had this? Why aren't I eating this now?
That is true.
Questions I want answered.
I'll bring you back one, Josh.
Oh, please do. That I would be grateful.
I'll be really melted.
It won't have lasted.
Don't have a freezer in the car.
Could you not have got that as an add-on
literally... The chat is just a list of Ben and Jerry's now, which is brilliant. So I'm sort of feeling a Ben and Jerry's question coming on here.
Oh, hello.
Fish food. Yeah. Everyone's saying goodbye to George. Yes, thank you, George, for coming on.
We will get him back on closer to the time of the documentary release, as I say. And we will do a much more in-depth discussion about all things election and disability and things like that. Because I think it's worth having something that's actually, planned more than 5 minutes in advance to go over that kind of subject matter. So definitely, we're going to get George
more
back on.
serious video.
Well, it's not even that. It's just not last minute.
So I have a question here. When was the first Ben and Jerry's ice cream?
Well, I can say for starters.
Might be on the packet.
I'm pretty sure it is. I can say for starters.
No looking on the packet.
That both Ben and Jerry are still alive, so it's not that long ago.
Okay, we've got some answers here. Baker Me says 1976. Captain Magic for 1978. Okay, we're getting very close answers here. 1969. 1953. Josh, when do you think?
I think it's 86.
86. Okay. Remember that, because I'll forget it.
86.
Do you think? Can we have a cup holder on the wheelchair? I think
A cup holder?
You know, he needs a beverage and maybe a Ben and Jerry's ice cream as well.
Surely you'd have a straw extension. You'd have like a.
Yes.
You'd have like one of those. You know those American beer hats that have like the beers
Yeah.
on and the straws and stuff. You'd have one of them, but just as like an overhead extension.
That sounds perfect. Let's do that. And also, Josh, just so you know, we've had a nice comment. Akers here, saying generally it didn't feel like a last minute thing to have George on. You seem so engaged. So there we go.
Well,
Nice.
I will credit myself by saying I am related to him. So
That helps.
it does help.
Oh wow! Akers follows that by saying quite a different question. Can we nos on wheelchair? Wow.
We have what? Sorry, you cut out there.
Nitrous.
Nitrous.
Nitrous oxide.
you want some NOS tag? We've already got
Yes.
a freaking rocket on it. Like, what do you want?
That's true.
You
That is
want-
very true.
You want NOS on, or you want afterburner? Is what you want? That's what you're asking, isn't it? Isn't it, Akers? Let's be honest. You want some afterburner.
That's what it means. This is more of a therapy,
This
isn't it?
this is definitely more aircraft than
Although
than
maybe you
landcraft.
could see. I mean, if you had to go inside with this, you'd need to put the wheels down, wouldn't you? And then you'd.
Oh,
need
is it like a
with
transforming
NOS.
thing? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? It's like,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! So the wheels come down, and then and then the rocket becomes just a giant exhaust pipe. So not
Yes, for all the NOS.
not for all the NOS, but just pure nitrous oxide. Like it's not. Don't worry, folks. It's carbon neutral, but it's nitrous heavy. That's that's for sure.
Captain Magic first says, "Can we start a petition for you to go on Dragon's Den with this?" Oh god, we can do
Okay. How much are we? Okay, how much are we asking for, and for what percent? Dragon's Den. What would you
I mean,
say?
we're going to give them 100% of it because we don't want anything to do with it.
We are asking for nothing, for 100% of the business.
So they can do something with it.
So you can. We just want you to make. The only thing we ask for is one for ourselves.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I mean, these look like they're going to be worth quite a bit of money.
Yeah. So it's a valuable asset, but we just don't have any ownership
Yeah.
of it. So when people die, it's not our fault. However,
I like that business plan. I don't think the Dragon like the business plan.
no, it's a
Because they're going
terrible
to have to
business
do it all
plan.
themselves.
It's a terrible, terrible business plan. It's you wouldn't touch it with a barge pole, but nonetheless,
You can live
it
in
is the
hope.
business plan. You
I'm
can
sure there's
live in
been
hope.
worse things in Dragon's Den.
the shocking reality is
Maybe.
there probably has. There probably
Yeah,
has.
there probably has. Yeah.
Goodness me.
Okay, I've got a question.
Right, should we do some Dunyan?
This
Yes.
is not all food based. When was the first episode of Dragon's Den?
First episode. Ooh, history question. Kind of.
Not yeah.
Kind of.
Media, like television round.
First
Baker
Dragon's
Me
Den.
says-
It's quite old, isn't it?
Should
You've
Baker Me says you should barter it for funding films.
surely we just put it in a
Use
film.
the money raised from this. Yeah, in a film, a great film, yeah. Akers 2001. Captain Magic First is 2004. Josh, what are you saying?
I think I had in my head 2003.
Okay. And Janet says 2011. Okay. Wow, they've done 13 series.
13. Oh goodness.
That is a lot.
Who'd have thunk? And doesn't it get sold all over the world as well?
Baker. Yeah, I think so. Baker Me says 1997. Well, in America, it's
Shark Tank, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
we know things.
Baker Me says auction it.
Auction it.
Auction this contraption.
To who? Lockheed Martin. Hey, Lockheed Martin. I know you've got like a desert full of secret projects. Do you want one more?
Do you want this one?
Do you want this one? Hey lads, Lockheed Martin lads. It sounds like the kind of thing someone pitched whilst drunk.
Also, Baker Me says put it on the dark web.
On the dark web. Yeah.
That'll probably be more successful.
Who's buying this on the dark web?
Who knows? Bond villains.
Vladimir Putin has bought one.
I mean, if he's going to buy one, we can charge loads of money for it.
Yeah.
15 million.
I kind of feel like this is what Putin actually wants to do. Is just. It's just
yes.
he wants power and to razz around on a heavily armoured hover wheelchair.
Don't we all?
Topless, because that's Vladimir Putin.
Topless, of course. Oh my god, yeah. We happen as well, image-wise, not.
Oh yeah.
Not in real life. So episode 1, series 1 of Dragon's Den was 4th of January 2005.
Ooh.
So,
alright.
I have currently lost the chat. I'm going back to.
This is a very crap onion, it has to be said.
Oh. I've lost the chat, Josh. Would you mind?
Have you? Okay.
Looking.
We had a 97, we had a 2011, we had a 2004, 2001.
Ooh,
I think
it was 2004.
It's Captain Magic Fur. Captain Magic Fur on a roll tonight.
Wow,
Absolutely
you're doing
roll.
well.
Get yourself.
Well done.
Get
Another
yourself
prize coming your way.
a lottery ticket because you're on a roll tonight. Is this onion like? I don't know. I'm making Dunyan.
It's looking quite vase-like right now.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It kind of is. Yeah.
I mean,
I was modelling it off of the onion head. Hang on, where's the? Hang on. We can get him back. We can get them back. Onion head.
onion head.
Dunyan.
Oh yeah, okay.
Do you see what I'm going for?
Yeah.
Obviously, we're lacking
the hands as well.
texture. Oh, yeah. The hands will do it. The hands are quite simple though. The hands are, was it just four digit, finger hands?
Four cylinders.
Four. So you're 4 cylinders. It's kind of. It's a bit.
Yeah, it just looks weird when you look at it like that.
No shit, really.
It's quite a weird thing anyway, isn't it?
What about this is normal?
Captain Magic Fur says, I'm worried that I'm misrepresenting myself as someone who actually knows stuff. The reality is, it's very disappointing. Oh, there you go, Captain Magic Fur. We think you're clever.
Hey, welcome to the Do We Know Things or Not club. Here on Post.
Maybe we're asking the right questions. They're crazy enough.
Aye, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not what do you know, it's what questions you ask about things you don't know. To be honest, that's kind of works as a philosophy. Like, that's not a million miles off something sensible, that. It's not what you know, it's what you ask about what you don't know. That could work. Somebody put that on a tea towel.
It could be a thing.
Somebody post it on Instagram and put it on a tea towel.
I'll do it now. I'm on it. I don't have the device to do it on, but
hey, that's what we're trying to sell here. It's pretentious messaging about hope.
Pretentiousmessaging.com.
Hey, has someone got pretentiousmessaging.com? If not, can we have it?
If I've just registered it, so yes.
Fantastic. Here.
Okay, Baker Me has a question. Okay, if we can get an answer, it would be good. The question is, how many varieties of onions are there in the world?
Oh my good grief. Going right back onto like sensible questions. I say sensible. It's a weird question, but you know.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, can we get the answer? Let's check.
Oh, you out there? You sound like you crashed.
I dropped my phone. Yeah.
Oh no!
It's okay.
Don't break the phone.
Not a big drop. It did drop near the ice cream though. So.
Well, technically that's a mic drop because there's a mic on the phone, but you know.
That is true.
There you are. Now, how am I going to make hands? Can I just do extruded cube maybe, and then we'll. Okay, let's do that. Let's do extruded cube, and then we'll subset.
Well, I'm currently on Gardening House, not a website I've been on before.
Really? You surprised me.
Yeah, I don't frequent it.
You don't? Do you not?
I don't know. Okay, I'm not getting answers right here, so let's see. Do we have?
I'm surprised. Goodness me! Right, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Akers has another quote for a T-shirt, and it's a slogan from Josh 2020. Not a million miles from something sensible.
Hey, that's actually true. We should start up our post-sanity merchandise with, like, you know, not quite inspirational quotes.
Not quite inspirational quotes.
www.notquiteinspirational.com.
Oh, I like it. We're not. Yeah. Keep it open.
Or just
not
or like a
really.
.co because it's not quite com either. Hashtag not quite inspirational.
Okay, just to let you know, I don't have like a specific answer here. I've got a range.
Come on now.
I know, I can't look. It's not me in control here. It's
Come on.
Google. Okay.
It's the science. The science of onions.
Science of onions. Yes. Janet Makes says 45. Captain Magic Fur says 14.
Of onions? It's gotta be hundreds, if not thousands, surely.
Yeah, Captain Magic Fur. Not 14. There are slightly, one or two more. By one, I would mean quite a few more, and more than Janet Makes as well.
It's got to be.
Janet Makes
says
says
to be in the thousands.
Do we listen to Josh? That's the big question. I never listen to Josh.
No, I wouldn't.
No,
because I'm not quite inspirational.
Could that be on a T-shirt as well? Well, I never listen to Josh.
Yeah, it could be.
I'd wear that.
It could be.
I mean, you.
I'll wear that. Right, let's transform this block into our hand.
Aka says one type of onion, an onion.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah. Fair.
Kind of.
How many are you saying, Josh? I need an exact number, even though there's not an exact answer.
I think there are 3,972 types of onion in the world.
Okay, that is specific. Okay.
Hey, you wanted a specific number. You got it.
No,
Don't complain about it afterwards now. Come on. Now.
That's true. I'm not complaining. Okay. Any more answers in the chat? How many varieties of onions are there? Actually, the answer I have isn't onions. It's how many allium species there are.
Oh.
But I'm going to go with that.
Come on now. What's going on?
Currently doing the hands, are you, Josh?
Yeah.
Getting the hands in there.
Yeah.
They're looking good.
We're doing the weird hands.
Do you want to just attach them straight to the onion? Just.
Well, he's got this kind of like kind of thing going on, so I'm gonna just kind of mimic that roughly.
Does he actually have arms, or are they just
very
hands?
short? They kind of disappear. I think this is a picture. I think what this actually is, Mr. Dunyan. Hang on, let me get him back. Oh yeah, there he is. I think that's a man in an onion suit. Because that looks like where human arms would be on that body.
Is
Well,
that
sticking through an
real?
onion suit.
I can't really see it that well. Is it actually real or is it?
No, it's not real. It's not real.
Okay.
But it is.
I didn't think it looked real. Okay.
Let's zoom in.
Okay.
Look at him. Unless it is
That,
real.
he's looking very happy for a man in. Well, the onion's looking happy. The man inside's probably not happy.
George and Ryan, if you're still in the chat, let us know. Is he real? Was that a real picture of a Dunyan? Or not? We have to know. We don't have to know.
Okay. I'm going to reveal the answer because I'm sure everyone is just so ready for the answer.
Is on tenterhooks.
Can't
Oh,
wait.
you're not there, so I can't actually cut to you. Anyway.
No, you're going to have to carry on doing what you're doing.
Looking at Dunyan.
Okay. The amount of varieties of onions or alliums, which I know it's cheeky, it's a slightly different question, but couldn't get that answer, is 600 to 920 species of alliums.
600 to 900.
So that's quite a large, and quite specific with 920, not just 900.
I wonder how they measured that. How did they measure that?
I have no idea. Would you like me to Google that?
How do you measure species of onion? www.
Onion
How do you
measuring.
measure species of onion? .net.
Not a very popular website, I would get.
No. No. But hey, you know, why not? It's got many layers on it. I was searching for that joke for quite a while, and it wasn't very good in the end. It's disappointing.
No. Well, but would you like me to give a laugh? Because we're both sanity.
Yes.
Aha. There we go.
I feel like that's just really
Jack says, that's a truckload of onions. That is a lot of different types of onions. Do you think there's a person that collects different types of onions? An onion collector? And then they...
There's a very obvious joke that's quite offensive
Not
to French
appropriate?
people.
Oh, we can get away with that. That's...
Well, that was kind of the joke in itself. It was like a tame
Ah,
version of it.
okay. Sorry I didn't get that.
It's fine.
What does government for internet history, I wonder? That's a very good question.
Mr. Danny and the Onion Man.
So, it's a human body then, hasn't he?
I think the proportions. So the way that it looks on the picture is that it's a human. It's a human person in a onion suit. That's kind of how it looks. Let's get the picture up again. There it is. That looks to me like the proportions of. Obviously, the shoes are massive, but that looks to me like the proportions of a normal human inside a suit.
Yes.
Like a kind of mascot suit. But
yeah, it comes down to his waist.
But an onion, yeah, because the head would be like there. You can kind of imagine, and then the torso is here, and the arms are extending out of the front of the onion, like that. So that kind of looks like a normal proportions human, just in an onion.
A normal proportioned human.
Yeah, in an onion,
as opposed to an unproportioned man.
Well, as opposed to like a cartoon figure that would be.
Yeah,
kind of overemphasized. So actually, yeah, it's kind of like that, but also more forward.
Akers is saying Ben is definitely on our blacklist somewhere. Yeah, from all this googling, that's probably true.
What a strange blacklist that would be. Just like, who's on a watch list for wanting to know about onions and salsa and stuff? Surely, is that like the MasterChef watch list? Oh, well, that's true. That's true.
Matthew's asking where's the dragon?
Well, I mean, these guns spit fire. That's a flamethrower.
Oh, that's the thing. Oh, that's really cool.
It spits fire.
I like that. Very nice. We're going to do some sound effects as well. Live Foley work.
Live Foley. It's not Foley on a flamethrower, though, is it? Let's be honest. It's somebody else. Goodness knows. Right, he needs some legs and stuff. He doesn't really fit in the ejector seat, does he? I kind of feel like he should be like slightly like bent forward because his big fucking onion head can't get in, so his torso is like bent forward a bit.
The hands just look so weird.
I mean, that's the picture, though. That's the thing.
I think you should.
Do I happen to? Is there a human? Is there a human being in here at all? Or can I just import a human being to service the legs? I can't be asked.
Captain Magic Fur says Ben needs to a shop next week with, and there's a photo saying, "Don't sell onions to this man."
Just outside Sainsbury's.
Yeah. He's collecting all of the onions.
He's collecting all of the onions. Let me just save this real quick. What are we calling
Hacker
this?
says he kind of has jazz hands.
Right, we'll say that. I hadn't saved it in this entire time, which is shocking.
Whoa.
Shocking.
That is. I mean, that's on a T-shirt that we're gonna sell.
I know.
Always save.
Always save. Always save. From the same people who brought you.
Always save. An hour and a half in.
From the people who brought you the vaguely accurate history quiz. Always save. Always save. Sometimes it's okay.
I mean, it wouldn't be a great loss if you lost this, to be honest.
What do you mean? It'd be a terrible, terrible tragedy.
A terrible loss.
Terrible.
I mean, we've got
terrible.
the proof because it's being recorded.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. One wonders if we're going to ever come back to this, if we're going to ever look at this again.
Oh, you need to do a render for George.
Oh, yeah, maybe. We'll see where we get to.
Maybe, maybe not.
I need a human being with like jeans and stuff on. I don't know if I've got one.
Well, let's not worry about that. Should we ask the chat what else? Can we just go over what features the wheelchair has? Because I've sort of forgotten. There's so much.
So we've got hover. It's a hover chair, but it's going to transform into like a normal box standard wheelchair. You know, where like the wheels the wheels come down and they're like normal wheels, and then it transforms into a hover chair
with NOS.
With NOS. Yeah. So no, when it's in the normal configuration, the big old exhaust at the back is a rocket. Because nothing says wheelchair like a fucking rocket on the back. And then when it's on the ground, that converts into NOS. There's not really an engine on it like that, but you know, it's an electric power thing. So I don't know what the NOS is doing, but it's making it go faster, just by pure maybe they're just, pumping it out of the back. So yeah, so it's a NOS rocket powered hover wheelchair. It also has a selection of armaments for your encounters. Including these 2 miniguns, which are so far not attached to anything, and this flamethrower, which is also not attached to anything, but kind of probably the best looking thing in the whole bunch because it looks kind of like a flamethrower.
I think they should just float there. Also
an ejector seat for when things get too hot, when you're sat next to a fucking rocket and you decide that you have to get the hell out of Dodge. So you eject on your ejector seat. But maybe you should also have some bungee wires, because who the hell knows how that's supposed to work.
I mean, who knows how any of this works?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. And it's being ridden, of course, by Dunyan the Onion. who's currently missing a body.
We just had the best thing here from Hackers that says wheelchairs in disguise.
Transformers, wheelchairs in disguise.
Do you think it can disguise itself? I mean, it's not really a disguise, is it?
I mean, it's just converting from like a wheelchair that has NOS as well as guns to a wheelchair that has a rocket and hovers as well as guns. I guess it's more like a safety feature in that when it inevitably starts lifting off the ground from the NOS, it can just carry on flying. So it's a vague form of balance to its progression in the air. I guess, maybe, I don't know.
I would call neither of those a disguise. So,
I mean, Transformers.
He doesn't blend in.
Robots in disguise, wheelchairs in disguise. No, no. Surely it's Transformers Blue Badge in the skies. What are we even doing? What are we making? What is
should
this?
Have a wheelchair. I mean, well, I don't know what we're doing, but should we have a wheelchair question?
Okay, a wheelchair.
Where's wheelchair?
Oh, first wheelchair. Now that's an interesting question. What was the first?
Chat. When was the first wheelchair? Now, what are we saying? Because I'm sure there were like wheelchairs.
Well, I suppose there's so there's the kind of electric wheelchair that George uses is obviously a lot more modern. But I think we should just go for like the first wheelchair. Like when was that?
First ever wheelchair.
Yeah, because I think that would be really interesting.
That would be interesting. They've got one in games, haven't they? So.
I don't know what to do with this anymore, to be honest.
I mean, it's perfection. So what can you do to perfection?
Clearly, it is perfect.
Yeah.
Baker Me says first wheelchair 12.17. Is that the cost of the year?
In dollars.
Bath chairs 1834 says Janet Makes. First wheelchair 1914 says Captain Magic Fur. I feel like surely it's early.
Well, if it includes wooden ones, I would think so.
Yeah, I think first wheelchair of any type is kind of what we're looking for. When was the concept invented? First wheelchair. Very interesting answer, I'm sure. I feel like surely that's something that's been around for quite a few centuries. I'm going to say like Renaissance.
Timeline. I have a timeline of the wheelchair, apparently.
I'm going to say it was invented in like the 1600s.
1600s, okay.
Yeah, I think it's a Renaissance thing. Like suddenly humans were like getting enlightened, and they're like, maybe we should help disabled people. 900 AD, says Ackers.
Wow, that's pretty.
That's very early.
Wow. Oh wow. Okay. I have a. Should we go for the answer?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 525 AD.
Wow.
In
China, man.
What?
500
being used to transport both disabled people and products. Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense if they were used to transport products and someone was like, why don't you just put...
Yeah, put a person in, yeah.
Chuck Zhao in there. He,
Okay, and then it was not until 1595 that an unknown designer made Europe. Okay, that's not really that relevant.
So, hey,
I mean, that's pretty early on. Okay, shall I look up what a old Chinese...
Surely it's going to be closer to like a card, like a small card. You'd imagine.
Yes.
Because that seems like
Let's
the
see what-
obvious place that a wheelchair would come from as a kind of concept.
It sort of looks like a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, Beckham, you said wheelbarrow in there.
Yeah.
It's a very you can see
upright wheelbarrow.
you can see the kind of the translation, can't you, from personal cart to wheelchair. That's very interesting. That's way earlier. I mean, it just goes to show.
Yeah. Well, Akers was close. Well, sort of close.
Closer. He's still off by 400 years. But...
Yeah, closer. I mean, in our quiz.
In our quizzes. In our vaguely accurate history quiz.
Yes, don't take it as fact. Take it as alternative fact.
Don't take it as fact. Take it from the internet. Now
Google it yourself if you want the real
that
answer.
is a t-shirt, okay? Don't take it as fact. Take it from the internet. That right there is a t-shirt. I don't care. That is a t-shirt.
So, what is the glorious invention?
Oh my goodness, you've turned into a robot and disappeared from. You've gone full Terminator, except not.
Fantastic. Can you hear me now?
Well, you're kind of breaking up a bit. I feel like
okay.
We'll probably start bringing this to a close because
we've
already lost one guest. Ben is starting to break up, and also I've reached the point where I have no idea what on earth to do with this now. This insane invention, other than just start refining it, and I don't feel like we have time for that. No, not right now. Maybe next time George is on, if we finish discussing the documentary, we'll carry on with this.
Oh God.
Ben was the Transformer all along,
Right.
says Akers. Yep. Yes, he was.
Mhm. Yeah.
Transformers, it was just a guy.
Is there any point me talking, Josh, or? I take that. No.
I mean, I can kind of hear you. You're kind of a bit broken in between in places.
Oh, that's me. That's me. All right.
Post-sanity, a bit broken in between in places. Now that's another t-shirt. So I think what we've just ended into is making t-shirt brand things.
That's probably more profitable than making films.
I would guess so. Hey, look, it's just me left who's got a camera, and so I'll full screen myself, and you can see how crap my webcam really is. Isn't it? Isn't it glorious?
How long have we been going, Josh?
Not that long actually. It's hour 50. It's a shorter one from us. But technology, I feel,
coming up.
Technology and circumstance have got in the way a little bit because the internet. What a surprise! Yeah. Any final thoughts on this craziness that is Dunyan and the wheelchair? Radio silence. Okay, right. I will wrap this.
I presume I'm a robot.
I'm not entirely sure. It's reached the point where I'm not entirely sure what's going on. So we'll just wrap it up. You know how it is. Thank you for being with us today, everybody. And we will see you for another stream. We midweeking it this week? I don't know if we're midweeking it this week or not. But if not, next Sunday. I think we're going to switch the weekend streams to Sundays now. Just as hopefully, fingers crossed. Stuff keeps opening up. Post wave, COVID wave. Not that COVID is gone. Wear your masks. But we'll probably switch to Sundays so that if people are out and about on a Saturday or enjoying themselves, they can still join us on Sunday when it's nice and chill and fun and stuff. So I think that will probably be a thing from now. for now, that is it. We are done. We have made a thing. We have talked to George. George will be back. Please go and watch the trailer on the YouTubes and all of that stuff. And we will see you.
The trailer. Whoa.
The Transformer came back there briefly, and we weren't entirely sure what was going to happen.
Right. Well, I'm just going to say good.
That was the words I'm just going to say from Ben. I'm assuming the end of the sentence was goodbye. There it is.
Goodbye.
What an ending. It ends in absolute chaos. Just the way we like it. Thank you for joining us. We will be back maybe midweek, I'm not sure yet. Definitely next weekend. And yeah, that's kind of it. Alright. Bye, folks.
Bye.